Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, November 5th, 2012. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are trading lower today by just 1.5 points to 1404 per contract. So decent little downtick. Today is the final trading day before the U.S. election. I have a feeling that the markets will be somewhat on the flat side today. It's very, very difficult to expect a whole lot out of the market when there's just a lot of uncertainty. Everybody wants to see who wins the election, what kind of new tax policies will be implemented. So there's just a lot of uncertainty out there. And today, generally around the election, I would probably expect a flatter day, maybe a little bit even on the light volume side. A lot of electricity has been restored back in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. So we do expect more traders to come out, but there's still a lot of people recovering from the Hurricane Sandy event, and we'll just see how it all plays out. But once again, ahead of the elections, I really would only expect a flat day out there for the most part. Let's take a look at oil and gold. We're going to start off with gold. Gold is trading up $6 to $1,681 an ounce. Let's take a look at the GLD this morning. You'll see that the GLD is trading right around the 692.91 level. On Friday, 692.60 was the closing price for the GLD. So, again, little uptick there for gold, but nothing dramatic. Gold looks like it does have a fair amount of support down in this area. So, again, we'll see where that does trade out to today. Keep an eye on the U.S. dollar index. The dollar is catching a pretty good bid today. The U.S. dollar index futures are trading up to around $80.88. That's a pretty sizable move. Again, another 20-cent move for the dollar today. When dollar's up, the markets are usually lower. So will gold and silver be. So we'll see where the dollar trades out to. But I have some inclinations where I think that dollar could go, and we'll just see how it plays out a little bit later. Let's take a look at light sweet crude this morning. Looks like light sweet crude is trading up 3 cents to $84.90 a barrel. Light sweet crude is what we use here in the United States. Brent crude is what they do use in Europe. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude. And you'll see that the USO today trading at $31.39. The USO closed at $31.35 on Friday. So basically really unchanged. And, that's even with a little bit of a stronger dollar. If the dollar does fall, gold and oil could be due for a little bit of a bounce, but right now both are not really doing all that much ahead of the opening bell. So we'll have to see where that trades out. Let's take a look at a few stocks in the market today. There doesn't seem to be a ton out there, but there are a few, and we'll see if there's any plays out here, but a little bit on the quiet side, I think, this morning. First, we're going to start off with Southern Company. There's a big utility play. Again, the stock closed at $45.77. It's trading right now at $46.05. I don't think there's much we could do here. It's kind of right in the range, whether it goes up or down from here. If the stock does drop down to around the $45 level, even number, it does look attractive down there. I think there's a lot of support, probably anywhere from 45 all the way to 44.76. 44.66, excuse me. But there's really no play on Southern Company at the moment. Let's take a look at Sohu. This is Chinese internet play right here. This stock is having a pretty good bid today. It's trading up around $43.13. It closed on Friday around $40. So this is a nice little pop. I do have some resistance levels around the $44 area. It might even be $44.50. So again, that's the only resistance that I see. After that, the stock could go to $45.50, maybe even $46. So again, decently strong gap, but not super strong, and very good resistance around the $44 to $44.50 level. Let's take a look at Tesla today. TSLA is the ticker symbol. Again, this is on the light volume side. I really don't like to even point these kind of stocks out anymore because they're just too light. Sometimes they can overflow to the upside or overshoot to the downside just because the volume is very light. You don't have a lot of institutional participation. Right now I'm looking at Tesla showing pretty good resistance around 3106 and then 3275. The gap up is kind of neutral, not too strong, not too weak. I'm not sure where this thing could really head to, but around 3106 and then 3275 should be the resistance levels. Today, Tesla is trading up to around $30.30. So decent little pop, but I think it's already getting a little overdone. So I wouldn't make much out of it. Watch those resistance levels if should they come into play. But just remember, it's a light volume name. Sometimes these things can overshoot. That's why I like the active, high volume stocks, because the levels really get obeyed by the marketplace. Let's take a look at this BMRN. This is BioMarine, I believe, BioMarin Pharmaceuticals. BMRN. This stock is having a big day today off of positive drug news. Now, it's a very, very good, strong gap up, but the only thing is it's overdone here. So I don't have a great level because this is an all-time high for the stock. So I'm going to say $50. Probably looks like some resistance. It's a very tough short because it is a strong gap, which means this is real buying coming into the stock. But it is overdone at this level, so I don't know if there's going to be much more upside from here. I would not be a buyer up here. Hard short, I don't know if I would short this thing. I'd have to wait and see the chart pattern after the opening bell rings. But do not chase it and buy it up here, okay? This stock is way too overdone, and it's already had a pretty sizable move already. So I would not be a buyer at these levels at all. Now, before we end today's broadcast, just one more thing I just want to talk about quickly. It looks like Greece is going to have another key vote. I know we're still talking about Greece all these years later, but it looks like they're going to have another vote in order to receive another payment from the Troika, which is that little organization they formed that will approve these guys the bailouts for them. So again, this is kind of comical. It's a sad statement, to be honest, that they're still, we're still talking about this, but Greece is still, needs another key vote on labor reform, in order to get another bailout. So we'll see how that all plays out. Ultimately, it may just be better for Greece to just go back to the drachma, leave Europe, stiff them with the bill, and go back on to becoming a popular tourist destination. It is a beautiful place. All right. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day. Again, it's going to be a little bit on the lighter side today. At least that's my thought process. There will be some economic news, I believe, out a little bit later at 10 a.m. You have ISM, non-manufacturing, I believe. So we'll see how that plays out. But hard to expect too much today. More of a flat type day ahead of the U.S. election, which is tomorrow. All right, with that said, everyone, take care. God bless, and we'll see you on the charts a little bit later. Take care.